All right, good morning, everybody. I think we've got everybody in here for now. So just a quick update on where the construction project is as of this week. So we have the installation and removal of sidewalks in the south half on the east side of Howard. So that is essentially from that mid block going north up to Ashland. They're currently working on getting that main line paving done here yet this week. We know that Ridiculous Days is coming up this weekend. So they're trying to get as much of that done as they can. We do, if there's any portions of that that are not complete, they do intend to get possibly some gravel down with some rubber mats, just so we can make sure that we have complete walking paths through there for Saturday. So again, they're working hard to get that done, but anything that is not done, they will make sure that we do have clear walking paths through there for Saturday, knowing that event's coming. We've got all the ramps on all four corners of Salem and Howard done. All the light poles are up on Salem. We're starting some of the tree grate installation on Howard. All the permanent pavement markings were put down last week on Salem. And then some of those fingers coming off the square on the south were done as well. And then I believe tomorrow, the final signage is going to go up on Salem. So we're talking stop signs, handicap parking signs, things like that, that will all go up. And then sometime tomorrow after that is done, they do intend to have Salem all open back up. So that would include the intersection there of Salem and Howard. That'll get open back up, everything south of that intersection. So you will essentially be able to move to and from on Salem with no interruptions or no closures. So looking forward to that's just another milestone for us to meet to get that complete block done. So again, that should take place this Thursday, getting that all open back up. And then again, I know with Ridiculous Days, there'll be a closure on Salem coming up, but again, just having that all done will be good. So again, we mentioned this week, we're going to get the signage installed on Salem and Howard South. We have begun the closure on Ashland from First to Howard. All the pavement removals were done for that yesterday, which was great to get that all done. So now they can mobilize in there and start some of the underground work that is needed. The good thing on these couple blocks of Ashland, so essentially Ashland from First to Buxton, there isn't any water main work on the water main line that needs to be done. There's a few tie-ins and things that do, but mainly it's just storm sewer work. So we're hoping that will all kind of move a little bit faster on there and get that done. So we're starting utility work on Ashland from First to Street. Mentioned that's going to be some storm sewer work that gets started yet this week. Finish up that sidewalk on Howard. We mentioned that we're starting to do some of those fine finishes on that block of Howard between the sidewalk and the curb. That includes the planter beds, the benches, and all of that. So then looking at next week, really, I'm going to try to start wrapping up all the sidewalk work that takes place on Howard. Again, I think we've mentioned before that really does take a little bit of time just to do some of that, but we're moving along on that pretty good. Thankfully, the rain has held off these last couple of weeks and really been helping us move forward. But again, we're moving forward with the intention of having that open here, hopefully by the second week in July, having that back open to traffic. So that is the goal, but we'll keep everybody up to date on that. With the courthouse opening up too, that's coming up here next week. Actually, they're having their open house, and that, we do know that since we did fall just a tad behind, only by a couple of weeks, which is pretty good. Our intention was to have Howard open up by July 1. But, again, just with some of the rain that we've had over the last few months and delays that we've had, we're just a tad behind on that, but that's all right. We'll get that block of Howard open back up here, hopefully in the next few weeks. And then looking at the week of June 27th, we're going to continue the installation of those sidewalks, doing all of that stuff. We're going to start some of the water main work and the hydrants on Ashland. There should be no water disruptions through that period for anybody, but if anything does come up, our crews will reach out to the businesses on that. And then looking towards the future on that, just kind of some stuff that's going to happen come July. We'll start kind of the removal and the installations of the sidewalks on Ashland between First and Howard. That's going to be after the road is paved. Like I said before, we're pretty confident that the utility work on this block that we just closed down on Monday should go pretty fast, and they're going to be able to get that road bed put back in pretty quick, and then sidewalk construction will start. But we don't have any dates on that yet. We'll keep everybody in tune once that does come. We'll get the pavement marking, street signage, and light poles all put in on Howard once that sidewalk construction is substantially completed, so we can start working on getting that open back up. And then, we've mentioned all along, our goal on this construction project is to get all of the street construction done in 2022. We're still on task to get that done. We believe that we can get that done. With that, we are tentatively looking at July 11th to start moving forward on Ashland from essentially Howard to B Street. We'll keep everybody up to date on that. That really kind of is going to be dependent on how this first block goes and how fast we can get some of that underground work done through there. But again, I would plan, if you have a business along that stretch, just to plan on that July 11th date. And we'll work to kind of keep everybody up to date as we progress through some things and we firm that date up. So with that, if there are any questions, would be happy to answer them. I know Brenda, AP, Tanner are all on as well, guys. If you have anything to add, please jump in.
Nope, that's everything on my note list.
And again, I went off Brenda's notes, so. Quiet group, the other thing I'll mention too, and I don't know, I'm looking through the list here, but it's worth noting. I think we did this when we first closed Salem down and last year as well too, but I do see a few business owners on the Ashland side. The fence, when we get that up, feel free to put whatever you want on that fence. We had with the Salem side that we started this year, we had so many business owners kind of hanging some signage up and doing some fun stuff with it. And that worked out really well. That really helped a lot of the pedestrian movement move through, so people knew. But again, when we get to that point, be creative with it. The only thing we ask is, if you're going to put anything on that fence, make sure that it's not a large investment of money, just because a lot of times, since it is a construction fence, that fence can get moved at times, and if there's anything expensive on it, we run the risk of those breaking. But just feel free to do whatever you want with that fence, hang signage up, wayfinding signage, whatever you want, just have fun with it. And if there's any questions on that, let us know. But again, it's make it yours. All right, well, if there's nothing else.
One quick question. This is for you. So like the parking lots, do we have certain addresses for those where I could map my customers to like the parking lot that's just west of me?
Yeah, we did assign addresses to all of those earlier this year. I don't know how well Google is in tune with that yet, or any of the other mapping services that we have. But realistically, what it does and how those mapping programs typically work is they know where those block numbers are. So it should get people pretty dang close. But in particular, and I'm pulling it up here on the screen as I'm talking to you, I can give you the address of that lot for you. That one on Ashland is 213 West Ashland.
Thank you.
And Brandy, just so you know, on that one too, there's, we'll probably work on some signage to get people in there from the alleys, because once we do close that street down, that parking lot there next to you is only going to be accessed through that alley coming off Buxton and B Street. So that's one thing, as we work with the contractor on that, we'll get some signage in there just to kind of get the public parking moving through there.
Great, thank you.
Hey, Charlie, it's Morgan.
Hey,
Do you have the address for the other public parking lot that is, it would be west of Buxton, just north of that 213 West Ashland?
west of Buxton. Which one is, sorry?
Behind Brick House.
Oh, yes, that one is 114 North B Street.
North B. Perfect, thank you.
And what I'll do, we've got all of these assigned, and I know I've got a graphic somewhere that we put together showing what all these addresses were. We can get that out to everybody as well, if that's helpful. So I think we've got multiple public parking lots that we have, and we've gotten addresses on every single one of them.
That would be great.
Perfect, thank you.
You know, Charlie, you have that map that you've got, I think on your website. Could you just put the addresses on that particular document?
Should be able
And
to.
then you could share that to
yes.
everyone.
Yes, we did not make that document, so let me figure out a good way. I've got people here that are much smarter with Adobe than I am, so I will see if we can get that updated and uploaded to our website.
Thank you.
Anything else? And as usual, if anything comes up during the week, feel free to reach out to any of us. We're here and we're happy to help where we can. Alrighty, hopefully everybody's staying cool. I know it's a little bit cooler out today, so thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.